what a great week it's been. First week back in the market for 2021, and we smashed it. We had, what did we do? About 15 trades. 12 of them were extremely successful. Two of them we should have sold out, but we didn't, and I'm holding them for the medium term. I'll go over those trades with you shortly. And the last trade I did on Friday, I shouldn't have done, but I did it, and it kind of backfired. But it's not the end of the world, and we're going to go into a chart and explain to you why it's not the end of the world and why it's going to come back and benefit us massively. We done about $16,000 profit for this week until we done that last trade, and it knocked our profits down to 6,000. We're still holding that trade, so it's currently down 10,000, but I'll show you the chart in it. So what happened in the week, we jumped onto this beauty on Monday. We jumped on it, made a load of money, it flew up. Then we sold and let it ride and just left it alone. On Friday, I saw it doing a breakout again, so I jumped onto it on Friday. It was doing exactly the same breakout, as you can see here, as it was doing here, in here, when we were riding it early in the week. So I was expecting the same momentum to happen, but I called it wrong. It actually went into a downward. But luckily, it ended the day with a hammerhead. So if you don't know your candles, this is a very bullish signal that we have the reversal coming that we're waiting for. So I'm expecting this to go all the way back up next week. So I'm not too worried that my trade for NCTY is down. At the time, I was like, oh my God, my first bad trade of the year. But it's okay, because it's not a bad trade until you sell it. And I bought about 1,000 shares of it. And it's not really that much of a big deal, because we've still got plenty of cash on our account to trade with other stuff while we wait for this to correct itself. This is why it's important never to go all in when you're trading, and always do cash management. So when you do trades like this NCTY, where I called it wrong. If I had gone all in, I'd have to sit out the next couple of days until it's corrected itself. But as you can see, we've ended the trading week with a hammerhead. So we're going to have a nice reversal next week. Because it's a low float, this should correct itself in pre-market. You can see this candle here. It opened on 15, had a high of 20. Same kind of thing's going to happen here. Within a 1 to 2 hour time frame, in pre-market, this should correct itself and continue the upward trend. Now, why is it going to continue this upward trend, you ask? This is why. Bitcoin is on the move again. Let's get you to the 1 hour chart. It's always best to kind of zoom out and look at things on the 1 hour chart when planning ahead. It's got a beautiful uptrend still, as you can see. It's currently at 40,300. It has had a high of, well, just under 42,000. I think it actually went higher. Yeah, it did actually hit 42. I see this continuing its upward trend for the next couple of weeks. And with that happening, these are the plays you want to look for. MARA. We called this last week and the week before. Don't you hate that when it happens? We're trying to click down here and you just get on an advert. But anyway, we're going to go on to the 1 hour chart because we're doing the week out. It's had a lovely upward trend, as you can see. This has been a beautiful trade since we called it on Monday. If you jumped in when we called it on Monday, you would have gotten at the $10 mark. It's now at 28. You'll have tripled your money. That was a great long-term hold. We've done this as a day trade because we just wanted to get in and out. We had so many different things to do this week, but if you held this for the whole week, congratulations, you 3-timed your money when we called this last week. So, plays for this week. MARA. We're playing this once again simply because of Bitcoin's momentum. RIOT. Again, we're playing this one for Bitcoin momentum. You can see the upward trend is exactly the same as MARA. So to be honest, it doesn't matter which one of these two you play. They both got now the same price target. The same share price. But this one's got a bit more momentum. It's covered a lot of ground in a short space of time. So I would expect a slight pullback on this one. But I think it's still got quite a lot in the tank. It's pretty coming up to overbought territory up here, but I still think if I had to pick out of RIOT and MARA, I would go for MARA, just because it's going for the same Bitcoin followed with its uptrend. NCTY, this has a lot to give back. So as you can see with MARA, we did start last week in the 10s and we tripled up. I suspect the same thing is going to happen here. We're going to recover, especially with this very strong bullish indicator here of the hammer. Yeah, we're going to go back on our upward trend, and because it's a low float, this is a beauty about this trade. It's only 8 million share low float, so with this, you don't need lots of shares to be bought to move the share price. So this one will move extremely fast. So if you're getting it, keep a tight eye on it. But yeah, so that's my Bitcoin plays. Now, NIO. You've heard me talk about NIO quite a bit recently. I've been telling you guys for the last 2 weeks, since I started making videos. One of the first videos I made was about NIO, telling you guys to buy NIO, to get onto NIO, to get ready to it. If you got into NIO when I first called it at $42, you'll be sitting pretty at $60 now. Now, it's not too late to get in. That's actually a pretty good return. It's a $20 return since when we first called it a couple of weeks ago. Now, why am I raving about NIO? Today was NIO day, and boy, did NIO deliver. They showed off their new sedan to compete with Tesla. They've got their new battery, which has a longer range than Tesla. They now have automatic driving cars like Tesla. They've just got so much going on for them. They're expanding into Europe. They're hitting their car sales every single month. They're smashing it. This is what the new car looks like, their new sedan. It's called the NIO ET7. It looks very similar to a Tesla. But hey, that's what you go. It's going to sell for 44,000 yen. So that's about 69,000. That's with the 70 battery pack. But I do have their new battery pack, which is 150. Where is the information on that? I may have seen it on a different site. Here you go. That's the range. So it's got a 621 mile range, which is more than Tesla. Tesla is about a 450 range. But they've also got this new battery, which is double the size. It's a 150 watt battery. This one here is for the 70 watts. It's going to be double the battery power, which is amazing. They've also got their new power station switch outs they've gone public about. NIO is a major buy. It's going to be one of the babies of the year. I'm actually adding quite a lot of NIO to my long-term account. So we'll talk about that afterwards, after I've explained this. But NIO is one to hold for 2021. It's got everything going for it. Especially China now saying they're issuing a 20% subsidy on any EV car purchase. So it's going to help push more sales in China, which is its main market. So NIO, strong buy. You can't go wrong. You will get pullbacks. As you see here, it's just normal, especially with this Trump China stuff. But at the end of the day, Trump's out of office next week, or maybe sooner if he gets impeached once again. But NIO, strong buy, go for it. Next one, this little baby we came across last week, Jaguar Health, JAGX. So this one was a quick one. It was a penny stock, it exploded, and it's been running all week. Why is it running, you ask? Simple, it has a merger. So you've got big merger news on Monday coming out, this Monday coming. So because of this, I think it's got a lot more room to run. It was a penny stock, so penny stocks you always got to be careful with, but there's a lot going on for this company. And I suggest having this on your watch list and considering getting another entry on it if you're not riding it. My last call for the week is Carnival Cruise Line. Now, Carnival, I've mentioned a few times that it's my recovery trade for 2021. So they've got their earnings call on Monday. Now, I can tell you straight away what the earnings are. It's zero, nothing. They've got no income. Income's going to be minimal. But we don't care about that. What we care about is them confirming their 2021 schedule. All cruise lines have stopped since March, since when the pandemic started. Back then, they were trading in the 40s. It was actually above 50 at one point in January last year. But then, yeah, pandemic happened and it crashed the share price down to $8. And I've been riding it on and off all of last year, buying and selling it, buying and selling it. I bought about 1,000 shares back in December. Yeah, around the December mark. Yeah, it's about $20, $19. I bought them in. So it's, yeah, around here, beginning of December, end of November. I'm looking to dump my shares in the foreseeable future once they get to about 25 to 30 range. But I think on Monday when we get our earnings, I think they're going to give us the news we want about when cruising will start for them, and that will push the share price up. Carnival is a great company. They've got a great following. They're like Tesla of the sea. So you've got Royal Caribbean, Carnival. They're the main cruise lines in America. And their following's like the Tesla crowd. People are loyal to the brand, and people are ready to cruise. If you go on any of the cruise groups on Facebook, there's thousands of groups, and everyone's on there ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. People want to cruise. And as soon as Carnival drop the news on Monday on when they're going to cruise, that's going to jump. So that is definitely one to keep an eye out on, and it's one to buy for your long-term account. So just quickly, I want to talk about long-term and short-term accounts. I trade with two accounts. I have my day trade account, which I do most of these share ideas I give you. I do my day trade account, but then I have my IRA account, which is my long-term account, and in there I do my long hold. So now I've currently got Carnival. I did have IDX in there until Friday, and I dumped it. But yeah, so any long-term holds, I always put my IRA account, and any daytime I put my day trade account. So considering getting two accounts because it does help to plan for your long-term future as well as your day trading. Anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying the videos and I hope you're making lots of money. As always, trade carefully. Doesn't matter how good the information is. If you don't trade smart, you make mistakes. We had a great week, as you've seen with my calls from previously. We made a lot of money, but we also made two mistakes, and one of them I'm holding over for next week. So even if I make mistakes, so trade smart. Anyway, guys, follow the Facebook page. We've got a Facebook group as well. There's a link to it in the bottom of the comments. Click on it, join the group, and we'll see you next week. Adios.